Endgame comes out this week, and since that's coming out, I have 2 more videos coming out to finish up our Marvel Marathon reviews before Endgame comes out. Really excited? Let's get into it. So, to start this off, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Or Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That's the title. So, that's what we're gonna stick with. This was once again directed by James Gunn, and once again, James Gunn outdid himself. This was also a good Marvel movie. But by all means, it is definitely not a flawless one. And every movie has flaws, I understand that, but some of them in other movies you can overlook because of how good they are. This movie has a lot of issues that I really want to get into. But first, let's talk about a lot of the positives. The humor in this movie is the glue. It holds this movie together, it gives the movie a sense of fun. The action scenes are always good in these Marvel movies, really good stuff. I love the character development with Rocket Raccoon and Peter Quill and other characters like Nebula. Like, characters like Rocket has to face why they do what they do. Like, Rocket Raccoon has to question himself saying, why do I steal stuff? Why do I do those type of things? Why do I steal these batteries from these golden people that are now trying to kill us? Like, stuff like that they have to face throughout this movie. And I can tell that James Gunn is trying to do more than just a bigger, more action-packed film. He's also trying to give depth to these characters. Drax is always likable. Peter Quill, always likable. I found Gamora to be a little bit more, I guess, emotional in this movie. Mostly because she's around the Guardians, that she's probably learned how to lean back a little bit, relax a little bit more. And she doesn't have to feel like a robot, because that's what she's been trained to do as an assassin, is to be a robot and not to feel those emotions. And so she leans back a little bit and she's a little bit more emotional, and I enjoy that about her character. Nebula is also good, but still over the top a little bit, but good. Now that being said, let me get into the issues I have with this movie. The humor is really good throughout the movie, but there are a lot of scenes that feel forced. Like the taser face joke. Extremely forced. It's just like, he's like, oh, I'm taser face. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Punchlines up. And then he just keeps on going, makes like 6 more jokes about it. I'm like, it's not even funny anymore. Also, Peter Quill's dad, his motive doesn't really make any sense. He wants to make other planets into him. Not a great villain. And Peter's the key. Like, I don't know. It's just Marvel, like I said, at this point, still had a tough time with villains. DC had a great time with that. Marvel did not. However, this movie is still very good. I love it. Very fun. And I'd say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a good, solid film. Next up is the movie that is gonna be, I don't know what to say about this. SpiderMan Homecoming. Critics praise this movie. They're saying it's the best Spider-Man movie. That's what they were saying. And I strongly disagree. I don't like Spider-Man Homecoming as much as other people do. And mostly because the biggest problem I have with this movie is it's so inconsequential. It doesn't feel like there's any real stakes. It doesn't feel like anybody could die. It doesn't feel like anything bad could happen to Peter. Like, it just feels so inconsequential. It just gets boring. The action scenes are bland. The villain, however, is good, but still not fully given that character growth. I don't know, it's just something about this Spider-Man movie that just doesn't do it for me. I understand Marvel was trying to do something a little bit different, something a little bit more grounded with Spider-Man. But for me, it just doesn't work for this character. And Tom Holland, as always, does a good job. That's the biggest positive I have about this. But this movie, I don't know, guys. I don't know what to think. I even rewatched it 3 other times, and I still can't really find too many great things to say about it. All in all, I mean, it's a good Marvel movie. I don't know, guys. I'd say SpiderMan Homecoming is a decent film. Yes, now we get to the best Thor movie, Thor Ragnarok. This movie does for Thor what Captain America the Winter Soldier did for Captain America. This gives the character a sense of fun. Like, let's think about this now. A guy with a magical hammer that you can call to him, flying around, going through rainbow bridges. It was treated as dark back in those other 2 Thor movies. This is treated with more fun. There's a lot of comedy in this. There's a lot of colors in this movie. The film is very fun. The characters are pretty well done, although I will say the villain, once again, is not that great. But Hela, in my opinion, is one of the better Marvel villains. I mean, she at least has a clear motivation. Not very likable as a villain, but a clear motivation is fine enough for me. The Hulk in this movie, however, I will say he is kind of like a big baby, but I mean, that doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, the Hulk is Hulk, alright? I mean, he's still a big angry guy, and that works for me, basically. And Thor, I feel like Thor's franchise needed to have a splash of fun in it. And this is what this movie did. Because sure, it was cool, a guy with a hammer, you know, he could fly around, nobody could pick it up. He had lightning abilities. But this movie brings a whole new sense to it. It breathes life into it. It makes it fun. And that's what I like about this movie. And it's so beautiful to look at. Like, a lot of the stuff you look at and you're like just blown away by it. I don't know what else to say about this movie, guys. I love Thor Ragnarok. And I'd say it's a great film. Alright. Now, the one I've wanted to talk about. Who's this, guys? Who's this? Who's this? Who's this? Black Panther. Oh my gosh, this movie is awesome. I love it. It's second place, I think, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe films. I think it's second place. It's that good in my opinion. Killmonger in this movie is amazing. He has a great motivation. Great villain in general. I think he's the best Marvel villain since Heath Ledger's Joker. Thanos comes close to being as good as Killmonger, but in my opinion, Killmonger is better. The best type of villains, in my opinion, have a connection to the heroes. In this scenario, Killmonger happens to be related to Black Panther's character, or Chadwick Boseman's character. And I feel like that was good. The action in this movie is also really good. That one lady with the staff, the spear staff thingy, and she's bald. I didn't know whether to like her more than Black Panther or to like Black Panther more than her. She was on par with him. She was that good. And once again, the soundtrack killed it. Guys, Black Panther is really good. I love it. Great story, sorry. What did I just say? Storial? Black Panther is a great story. Very emotional roller coaster, as a matter of fact. Great sense of fun. Black Panther is easily a great film. So yeah, I try to get this video out for you guys as soon as possible. I I have one more video after this, guys. One more. And the marathon reviews will be over. And Endgame review will be coming out soon after that. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys for watching the video. And if you guys liked the video, make sure to subscribe today to join the Civilization.